Hello students, welcome to my this session. In this session, we are going to study regarding crop production and management. This of this chapter, first of your NCERT science book. In first session, which was जो है कि introductory session, in that session we have already discussed what is crop and what type of the crops are grown in our country. Again, I am repeating जो है कि those terms which we have already discussed in the last session. Actually, in this session, we have to start the stepwise agricultural practices which are done in the field of agriculture, in the field of cultivation for production of various type of crops in our country. Again, we will discuss what exactly the crops are. In that session, I have clearly जो है कि gave definition of the crops. Again, I am repeating so that you can review the certain terms, certain important terms, and which are very much important on examination point of view. Crops. This term, listen attentively. When the same kind of plants are grown in field in large scale are called as crops. Suppose you are जो है कि growing one or two plants in your kitchen garden, in gamla, in pot. Growing one or two plants in gamla or pot is not called crops. When single type of plants are grown in large scale, in that case, those plants together called as crops. Are you getting what I am telling? Okay. Now we will discuss the types of the crops again in this session in concise way. On the basis of types of products, plant products, various type of the crops are grown in our country. First, food producing crops. Food producing crops such as cereals. Example, paddy, wheat, maize, etc. Pulses, gram, pea, etc. Vegetables crops like potatoes, tomatoes, etc. Fruits producing crops like banana, orange, etc. These are the food producing crops. These type of the plants are grown in large scale, season wise. Now second, oil producing. Crops. Mustard, soybean, etc. Third category is fiber producing. Crops. Cotton, jute, hemp, etc. So these are the types of the crops on the basis of plant product. Are you getting? For getting these type of the products, the farmers in our country used to grow these type of the crops to get specific products. Now we will discuss the types of the crops on the basis of season or timing in which the particular crops are grown. Basically in our country, two types of the crops based on the season are grown. First, Kharif crop. In last session, I have already informed you regarding the types of the crops on the basis of season. On the basis of season. First, Kharif crops. Second, Rabi crop. Rainy season. Kharif means, this is the Arabic term, Kharif means rainy. Rabi means winter. The crops which are grown in rainy season is starting from June to September are called as Kharif crops. And the crops which are grown in winter season is starting from October to March are called as Rabi crops. Kharif crops, paddy, cotton, soybean, maize, etc. Rabi crops, mainly gram, pulses, peas, wheat, gram, peas in this category. Kharif crop, paddy, main crop, paddy, rice, maize, cotton, soybean, etc. So these are the types, classification of the crops which are grown in our country. Now, mainly we will discuss regarding agricultural practices in this session. Let us start the agricultural practices which are done stepwise in our country to grow the crops. These are the steps which are done by the farmer to grow the crops, particular crops. First is preparing the soil. Second is sowing. Third is adding manures and fertilizers. Second step is irrigation. Fourth. Fifth is protecting from weeds. And this sixth is harvesting. And then ultimately the grains are stored. Storage. So here we will discuss regarding preparation of soil. Soil is the main ground where the crops are grown. Without field, without soil, nobody can imagine to grow the plants. So soil or ground, field is the main place or ground where various type of crops are grown. This is the main point. Now, as the soil is the main ground where the various type of crops are grown, so it is quite essential to prepare the soil properly so that crops can be grown properly, can grow properly. What are the essentiality, what are the requirement to soil to prepare the soil properly? Here we will discuss in detail. First, just I told you that soil is the ground where plants grow, plants stand. plants are fixed. Are getting? So, first point, first requirement to prepare the soil properly is that the soil must be prepared in such a way that the roots penetrate deeper and deeper so that the plants on the ground can be fixed properly. Otherwise, plants will fall. So, the soil must be prepared in such a way that the roots can penetrate deeper and deeper in the soil. First point. The anchoring or fixing the plants on the soil is the first and foremost essentiality to prepare the soil properly. First, anchoring. Anchoring means fixing. Then, the plants absorb water and nutrient from the soil. So, it is quite essential to prepare the soils properly, because by means of roots, plants absorb various type of nutrients from the soil, first. And second, the plants also absorb water from the soil. So for getting the nourishment and for getting the nutrients from the soil, it is quite essential to prepare the soil properly. So this first step is very much essential to grow the crops in the field. Now, students, here you should know that only a few centimeters of topsoil layer supports plant growth. The topsoil, the nutrients are available. Nutrients are available. This is the topsoil, understand here. Topsoil. So, preparing the soil by way of loosening and turning is essential, so that the nutrients which are found in deeper layer of the soil should come in the top layer of the soil. So loosening, you see here, loosening and turning. For preparing the soil properly, this steps is taken. Loosening and turning of the soil is essential to bring the nutrient-rich soils from the deeper layer to the upper layer, topsoil layer, so that the plant can absorb the nutrients by their roots at top soil layer. Clear? So loosening and turning is the process by which the soil is prepared before growing the crop. Here there is a question, how the soil are loosened or turned. There are certain type of the agricultural implement. First, plough. Plough and hoe. And then cultivator nowadays. These are the agricultural implements. Agricultural implements. Implements means tools. Note down. These are the hoe and cultivator. Cultivators. Cultivators actually are pulled by the tractor. This is the modern implement. But plough and hoe are the traditional implements which are used in our country by the farmers from very, very long back. Now here we will understand the structure of the plough, then जो है कि hoe. Firstly, we will understand what type of this process is, loosening and turning, and what this जो है process is called. In context of plough, the process of loosening and turning of the soil to prepare the soil for growing the crops is called as ploughing. You note down. This is very important term on examination point of view. Ploughing or tilling. Tilling. Ploughing and tilling. There may be question in examination. What exactly the ploughing is? What is ploughing? You will write in examination that loosening and turning of the soil is called as ploughing or tilling. That is final answer. So, ploughing or tilling is the main process to prepare the soil. Because by this way, the soil is loosened and turned so that the soil becomes porous, first porous. Why the porosity is essential? Here we will understand. Why the soil must be porous? Because you know, the roots get oxygen from the soil also by means of roots. So, soil must be porous, spongy. There must be air spaces so that root can get oxygen from the soil also. So, make the soil porous is also essential. This is also one of the part of preparing the soil. So, loosening this term, you understand? This term loosening means making the soil porous, and turning means bringing the deeper soil, nutrient rich soil from the deeper layer to the upper layer. Clear? Now, here we should know that soil contains various type of minerals, nutrients, oxygen, and organic decomposed materials and biotic factors, certain type of worms, microbes also. This type of soil is called fertile soil. So, at the time of preparing the soil, these all aspects should be taken in mind so that formation of humus. What do you mean by humus? In previous classes, certainly you have learned regarding humus. Humus are organic decomposed material along with moisture which are found in the soil, and humus makes the soil fertile. So, at the time of loosening and turning, the organic materials, the plant and animal waste which are found on the upper layer of the soil, on the ground, at the time of loosening and turning it, that means at the time of ploughing the soil, the organic waste goes deeper in the soil and get decomposed with the help of the microbes which are found in the soil. So, this process, loosening and turning, is also one of the important steps to make the soil fertile also. Apart from the making the soil porous, bringing the nutrient rich soil from the deeper layer to the top layer, the loosening and turning of the soils also facilitate to prepare the humus to enrich the fertility of the soil. So here we are seeing that this first step, preparation of the soil, is very much essential. Regarding the implements which are used in the soil preparation, we will discuss in next session in detail. You go through your जो है कि textbook and just our institute is going to upload जो है कि this video on our institute's YouTube channel. You may जो है कि go through that video to review जो है कि this lecture so that you can get benefited. You link yourself with our YouTube channel. In our channel there are number of videos regarding जो है कि all subjects pertaining to your class. So you subscribe our channel and also जो है कि visit जो है कि the videos of all the subjects which are available in our channel. Okay, in next session, see you all. Thank you.